Hi there, Mr. Holcomb here with another episode of The Math Behind the Module. Alright, here's lesson 13, dividing multi-digit numbers using the algorithm. So, divide 70,072 divided by 19. Okay, what number? So estimate, make a table of values, and use a place value to divide multi-digit numbers using the division algorithm. Display the expression. So let's first estimate the quotient. Look at the dividend. The dividend is what we are dividing. This is the dividend. What number could 70,072 be rounded to? 70,000. Okay. Now look at the divisor. Divisor is what we're dividing by. 19. What could we round 19 to? Nearest 10. Nearest 10 would be 20. So we now have 70,000 divided by 20. So if I do that, looks like this. And we can ignore this 0 because this ends in 0. So 2 goes into 7 3 times. 3 times 2 is 6. Subtract. Get a 1, bring down a 0. 5 times 2 is 10. And we're done. Just need to put those two zeros up there. And the answer is 3,500. Okay? B says create a table to show multiples of 19. Okay, so I will start. This is what it should look like. 1 times 19 equals 19. Okay, pause the video, finish the table. Okay, now that you've done that, we're going to multiply 19 by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Times 19, times 19, times 19, and so on. Okay. 2 times 19, 38. 3 times 19 is 57. Okay, I'm just put my equals in. And the easiest way to do this, add 20 to your prior number and subtract 1. And that's adding 19. So 57, 77 minus 1 is 76. 96 minus 1 is 95. Okay, add 20, 115 minus 1 is 114. Add 20, 134 minus 1 is 133. Do you understand what I'm doing here? I'm adding 20 instead of 19, but then I subtract 1, which makes it easier. 133 plus 20 is 153. Take away 1, 152. 172 minus 1 is 171. And there are our multiples of 19. Okay. C. Use the algorithm to divide 70,072 by 19. And check your work. Okay. Use the algorithm, so we're not going to round this time, we're just going to use this here. And what we want to do is, we have to decide how many times 19 goes into 7. And it won't, so we leave that blank. How many times does 19 go into 70? Okay. And that would be 3 times. So I put a 3 here. 3 times 9 is 27. Okay, but let's leave a space. Now we want to talk about our remainders and how we can manage our remainders and not forget about them. Leave a little space there and say 9 times 3 is 27. Put it down here and put your remainder right here. 3 times 1 is 3 plus 2 is 5. And then subtract. Borrow from the 7, get 6. 10 minus 7 is 3. 6 minus 5 is 1. And make sure this number is less than this, or you didn't pick a big enough number. Okay? And I see a lot of students doing this. That's fine if you want to just show that you're bringing down this 0. Now 19 goes into 130 6 times. Okay, so 9 times 6 is 54. I'm leaving a space. 9 times 6 is 54. How about I just do this? I'll put the remainder in a different color. 9 times 6 is 54. And then 6 times 1 is 6. Plus this 5 is 11. And then when I go to subtract these, I will worry about the different color. So I need to borrow. 10 minus 6 is 4. 2 minus 1 is 1. So we're down to 6. Now this 7's got to come down. 167. And that should go 8 times. So if I write 8 here, 8 times 9 is 72. Put a 2 there. I'm going to change colors for my remainder so I don't forget it. 72. 8 times 1 is 8, plus this 7 is 15. Subtract 7 minus 2, 5. 6 minus 5, 1. 15 is less than 19, and that is good. Bring down my last number, my 2, and that will be 8 as well, because I saw 152 here, so we're done. 8 times 19, and if we come back here, 8 times 19, 52, okay? So you could have used that table to do this, is what I'm getting. So 8 times 19 is 152. Subtract is. So my answer is 3,688. Now it says here, check your work. Okay, there are still students in here who do not follow directions. You will lose points. If I put this on a quiz and you answer this question, that's correct. Don't check it, you lose a point. Checking your work means to take what you got as a quotient, multiply by your divisor, and check. Okay? This times this should equal what we started with. So 9 times 8 is 72. I'm going to leave a space and show you how to do leftovers or remainders, carries. So I'm going to put the 7 there. 9 times 8 is 72. 9 times 8, 72 again. 72 plus 7 is 79. Okay? 9 times 6 is 54. Plus 7 is 61. So I change that and put a 6 there. Okay? And I've used these, so I guess you can cross them out. And then 9 times 3 is 27. Plus 6. I forgot to add that 6. That's why we have the remainder. 27 plus 6 is 33. Bring down a 0. 1 times 8. 1 times 8. 1 times 6. 1 times 3. Add 2 plus 0. 9 plus 8 is 17. 8, 9, 10. 6, 9, 10, 6, 7, 7, 0, 0, 7, 2, up here, 7, 0, 0, 7, 2. That is checking your work. Okay, example 2. Get this out of the way. Example 2 says to estimate. So what can I round 14,000 to and 315 to? Okay, now I look at each of these numbers, and if we round them both down, we're going to be way off. So what can we do? We could round either way. There's a couple of ways to do it. So let's round this up if we're going to round this down. Okay? So if I'm going to make that 300, I rounded it down, so round the other one up to 15,000. So I have 15,000 divided by 300, okay, which is the same as saying 15,000 divided by 100, and then divide that 100 by, and then divide that by 3, because 100 times 3 is 3,000, or 300, okay. 15,000 divided by 100 is 150. Now divided by 3 is 50. Okay. Use the algorithm now to do it. So we're going to take 315 and we're going to see how many times it goes into 14,175. Okay. So I look, 315 is 3 digits. My first 3 digits is 141. 300 bigger. I have to go out to the next level, which is thousands. So how many times does 300 go into 14,000? Okay. Or 1,417. I'm sorry, we're going to go out 4 digits. How many times does 315 go into 1417? Okay, so that would be 4. 5 times 4 is 20. Okay. Let me do it the way I've been doing it to show you your remainders. Okay, put it up higher here so we don't forget. I change color. 4 times 1 is 4, plus this 2 is 6. There is no remainder here. 4 times 3 is 12. Subtract, ignore the green. 7 minus 0. Borrow from the 4. Minus 6. And I get 157. Bring down my last digit, and 315 goes into 1575. Let's try 5 times. 5 times 5 is 25. Okay, carry my 2. Put that right here. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 2 is 7, and then 5 times 3 is 15. Subtract, and ignore the green, and we get 0. So my answer is 45. Close to my estimate. Okay? Exercise 1 through 5. Now it's your turn. A, estimate. B, divide using the algorithm. And explain your work using place value. Okay? And I will explain that before you do this on the last problem. So I'm going to go back up to the last problem and explain what they mean by place value. I'll do that in blue. Okay, so if we're going to divide, okay, what we're going to say is 1,417 divided by, now how would I word that? I want words. So if I make that 14170, that's 10 thousands. Let's see, 952 thousands. 952 tens. There's 5 places, right? So 1417 leaves 1 decimal place left, or 1 place value left. So that'd be 10 times 10, or tens, divided by 4, that's this here, tens, right? 1,417 tens divided by 4 tens from the tens position. Okay, this might be a little confusing. And then we're going to divide this number, 1575. So that's going to be 1575 tens. Or ones, I'm sorry. 1,575 ones divided by 5 ones. And I get 45 tens. Divided by 315. Zero tens. And zero tens. Okay. Actually, this isn't necessary. We got down to 0. So that's it. So it's 1417 times 10 would give me 14,000. So 1,417 tens is 14,000 divided by 4 tens. So 4 tens is 40. 5 ones is 5. Okay, this is a little tricky, and I don't know if it's going to work out for you, but just give it a try. Okay, now let's see what we did. First of all, we're going to estimate. And for the estimate, I would say 480,000, down to the nearest 1,000, divided by the nearest 10, which would be 80. Okay, rounded this down, rounded that up, and that's going to equal 80. 480,000. Get rid of this one 0. Get rid of that one 0. 6 times 8 is 48, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 0. So my estimate is 6,000. Okay. Now we're going to do the division algorithm with the whole thing. 78 divided by 484,692. Okay, so what do we have here? 484. We can't divide by 48 because it's less than 78, so we have to divide by these 3 digits. Okay, so we're dividing by 484, and that's thousands. So I'm going to put thousands here. Divided by 78. Okay, and we're going to get 6,000. So I'm going to divide it by 78, and that's going to be 6. Six times 8 is 48. Carry the 4. 6 times 7 is 42, plus 4 is 46. Subtract. Borrow from the 8. 14 minus 8 is 6. 7 minus 6 is 1. Bring down the 6. Okay. And that is 166. We have 2 decimal places after that. Call those zeros, and that would be 100. So now I say 166 hundredths divided by 78, and we get 2 hundredths. So we have 6 thousandths, 2 hundredths. 2 times 8 is 16. Carry the 1. Let me do it in a different color down here. 2 times 7 is 14, plus 1 is 15. Subtract, get 10. Bring down the 9. This is 109, and there's only 1 0 remaining, so that's tens. We're going down 1 each time. Thousands, hundreds, tens. Divided by 78 will yield, 78 goes into 109 once, so that's going to be 1 ones. Okay? And then 78 goes into 109. Okay, so we are going to, let's see. Put a 1. 1 times 78 is 78. Subtract and get 1, 3, 31, and we bring down a 0. So we have a decimal here because we are now done, and we had to borrow from beyond this. Okay, so now we're at, oh, I'm sorry, that's not a 0. It's a 2. Bring down the 2. Okay, we brought down the 9 here, now we're going to bring down the 2. So that is 312 ones divided by 78, and that will be, there's no decimal here yet, that will be 4. 4 times 8 is 32. Okay, I carried 3, and 7 times 4 is 28, plus 3 is 31, subtract, and we are done. So my answer is 4. This is supposed to be tens. It goes down by 1 every time. 6,200s, 1 tens, 4 ones, 6,214. 6,214. I had another 1 in there for some reason. 6,214. 6,214. Right here. Okay. Okay, so let's do one more here. Trying to stay focused here. I've been getting distracted by bells ringing and meetings and so forth, so hopefully I'm still on track here for you. Next question. Estimate 281,886 divided by 33. Okay, so we're going to estimate. Let's focus on this first. Let's round that down to 30. Round that to 30. Since we rounded down, we're going to round up 281. Let's round it to, we have to do factors, right? We want to round it to a factor. 30 won't go into 28, but 30 will go into 27. So let's do 270,000. So you want to find what your divisor is going to go into the dividend evenly. So the estimate is a quick, simple number. So when we do this, we're going to get 270,000. Disregard the 0, disregard the 0, and 3 goes into 27 9 times. Okay, and then we're going to get no remainder, and then there's still 3 zeros. So estimating 9,000. 9,000. 9,000. Okay, so again, 33, round to 30. 30 won't go into 28. 3 won't go into 28, but 3 will go into 27. Okay, now let's do the actual. So I'm going to take 33. Let's see how many times it goes into 281,886. 33 will not go into 28, so we're going to put it into 281. So I'm going to write 281, and there's 3 spaces past that, so that is thousands. And we're going to divide by 7 times 3 is 21, 8 times 3 is 24, 9 times 3 is 27, but we're not carrying a 2, it put me over, so I'm going to use an 8. I will put an 8 here. 8 times 3 is 24. Change colors from a remainder. My carryover. 8 times 3 is 24. 8 times 3 is 24. Plus that 2. Oops. 26. Stay blue. 26. Subtract. So I divided by 8. And that's going to be thousands. Okay, because there's 3 more spaces till we get to that 6. So that's 8 thousands. Okay, and then when I subtract, I'm going to borrow from the 8, get 7. 11 minus 4 is 7. 7 minus 6 is 1. Okay, bring down the 8. 33 goes into 178 and 7. 6 times 3 is 18, too big. 5 times 3 is 15. So we're going to multiply by 5. 5 times 3 is 15. Carry the 1. We do it in a different color. Carry the 1. 5 times 3 is 15, plus 1 is 16. Subtract. So what did I just do? If I put zeros here, that's where this is coming from. So 17800. So now I am saying 178 hundredths divided by 5 hundredths. Okay. And then when I subtract here, 8 minus 5 is 3, 7 minus 6 is 1. Bring down a 0. I now have 130. Oh, I'm sorry, not a 0. So I was looking at this right here. Bringing down an 8. This is 8. 38. So now 3 goes into 13 4 times. So we'll try 4. So now that is 138 tens divided by 4 tens. 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times 3 is 12, plus this one is 13, and I end up with 60. Or I should say I end up with 6, and then I bring down that 0. Should be a 6. 6, 6. 8 minus 132. 8 minus 2 is 6. Bring down this 6. Now it's 66. So 66 ones is the next step. We're going to divide by 2 ones. So if I put a 2 here, 2 times 3, 6. 2 times 3, 6. And we finally get our remainder of 0. Okay. So, just give me 1 second here. I want to explain something. I gotta move this. Anyhow, we're taking 281 thousandths divided by this 33, so I should have a 33 right here for all these steps, and this is the answer I get. So we get 8,504 tens, 2 ones, which is 8,504. Okay. 3, estimate again. So we're going to round 37 to 40. So the first thing I'm going to do is write 40. Now I need to estimate this. Well, think of 4. Does 4 go into 22 evenly? No, 4 goes into 20. So I either have to round that down to 20 or up to 24. And 24 is closer because this is almost 23. So I'm going to change this to 2,400,000 divided by 4. That's my estimate. And that equals 60,000. That's my estimate. And I'm going to do the actual 37. 2,400,000. Okay. Oh. Long day, sorry. It's not the round, it's the original 2,295,517. Okay. 37 will not go into 22, so we're going to put it into 29, so it's 229. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros, which is 10,000. We're going to divide that by 37. And that's going to give us, I'm running out of room, so right below. And we're going to divide by 6. 6 times 3 is 18, 7 times 3 is 21, with the carry to make it too big. 6 times 7. 6 times 7 is, let's try that again. 6 times 7 is 42. So I want to put my remainder there. Carry it over. 6 times 3 is 18, plus 4 is 22. Subtract, and I get 9 minus 2 is 7. Okay. So that gave me 7 10,000s. Or 6 10,000s. I'm sorry. We got 6. 6 10,000s. So now we have 7. Bring down the 5. So now we have 75. 1 less than 10,000 thousands. Divided by 37 is going to give us 37 will go into 75 2 times. 2 times 7, 14. I'll make the 1 10s. 2 times 3 is 6, plus that 1 is 7. Subtract, and I get 1. Bring down the 5. Okay, so 75 thousandths divided by 37. That was 2. Okay, what I got here, thousands. 2 thousandths. Okay, so now I have 15 hundredths. Okay, I brought down the 5 and got 15. Divided by 37, well, it's too small, so I'm going to get 0 hundredths. Okay, because it's smaller. So I'm going to put 0 here. And then I bring down the 1. So then I'm going to say 151 tens. Divided by 37. And that is going to give us 37 goes into 151 4 times. So we're going to get 4 tens. So 4 times 7 is 28. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 2 is 14. Subtract 4 from the 5, 11 minus 8 is 3. And 4 minus 4 is 0, 1 minus 1 is 0, so it's just 3. That's going to give us, bring down our 7, 37 ones divided by 37 gives us 1, 1. Okay, 1 times 37 is 37. Subtract and get a remainder. So my answer, 37, is 6 10 thousandths, 2 thousandths, 0 hundredths, 4 tens, 1 1. And that right there is our answer, 62,000. Okay. All right, pause the video, try number 4. Okay, so, this one green. I want to round 112 to 100. I want 100 to go into this evenly, so I'm going to round up to 1 million. And that is going to give me 10,000. That's my estimate. Now I'm going to do the actual. It's 112 divided into 952,448. In other words, 952,448 divided by. Okay. There are 8 112s and 952, so I'm going to put an 8 right here. We're putting it in 952, so 952, and there's 3 zeros, so that's thousands. Divided by 112. Divided by 112 gives us 8 thousands. Okay, I'm just writing the option. Okay. 8 times 2, 16. 1 here. 8 times 1 plus the 1 is 9. 8 times 1 is 8. Subtract. 5. I need to borrow. 12 minus 6. This is now a 4. Make that an 8. 14 minus 9 is 56. So I'm going to write what I got here. 5, 6. Bring down my 4. And 1 less than 1,000 is hundreds. So 564 hundreds divided by 112 is going to be 112 564. It's going to give me 5 100s. Okay, so if I put a 5 here, 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 1 is 6. 5 times 1 is 5. Subtract 4 minus 0, and the rest are 0. Bring down my next number. That goes here. It's 1 less than hundreds, which is tens. Divided by 112. And it won't happen. So it's 0 tens. So I put a 0 here. Bring down my 8. So it's 448 less than tens is ones. Divided by 112 will give me 4 ones. 4 times 2, 8. 4 times 1, 4. 4 times 1, 4. Subtract. Remainder 0. So that is 8,500. Okay. And finally, last one. 5. Estimating 245. That's less than 250, less than half. So I'm going to round that down to 200. So I'm going to take 200, and it's got to go into something evenly here. And 2 will go into 18, so I just need to get rid of that 2, 3, 5, 6, 3. Okay? So it's going to be 18, 1,800,000 divided by 200 equals 9. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros minus 2 zeros is 3 zeros. And my estimate is 9,000. So the answer should be somewhere around in the thousands, less than 10,000, but around 9,000. Okay, so now we're going to do this. 245. 1, 8, 2, 3, 5, 3, 5. 245 will not go into 1. It won't go into 18. It won't go into 182. We have to go all the way out to 1823. So over here, we're going to write 1823. And there's 3 zeros, so that's 1,000. So it's 1823 thousands divided by 245, and that is going to give us 7 thousands. Okay. So here, 7 times 5, that's 35. My 3, red. 7 times 4, that's 28, plus 3 is 31. Make my 10s 3, red. 7 times 2 is 14, plus 3 is 17. Subtract. Okay, 2 to 1. 13 minus 5 is 8, 0, 1. Bring down my 5. Now I write this number over here, 1, 0, 8, 5. 1 less than thousands is hundreds. Divided by 245 is going to be divisible 4 times. So that's going to give us 4 hundredths. So if I put a 4 here, 5 times 4 is 20. 0, 20. 4 times 4 is 16, plus 2 is 18. Carry that 1 over. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9. Subtract 5 minus 0. 8 minus 8, 10 minus 9, 105 less than hundreds is tens. Divided by 245 is going to give us 4 tens. 4 times 5 is 20. 4 times 4 is 16, plus 2 is 18. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9. Oops. Made a mistake there. I have 105. 245 won't go into it. Okay, so I forgot to bring down this 3. It's 105, 3 tenths divided by 245 is 4. So now when I subtract, I'm going to get 5 times 4 is 20. 4 times 4 is 16, plus 2 is 18. Okay, so 4 times 4 is 8, plus 2 is 10, carry the 1. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9. Subtract. Oh, I forgot to change my color. Alright. 3 minus 0 is 3, 5 minus 0 is 5, 10 minus 9 is 1. Something is still wrong. Okay, my apologies. 4 times 4 is 16, 18. Okay, it's not 153, because I need to borrow the 9, and that's 7. My apologies. That's a 7. And then finally bring down this 5. So now that is 735 ones divided by 245. And that is going to be divisible by 3 ones. So put a 3 here. 5 times 3 is 15. 3 times 4 is 12, plus 1 is 13. 1. And 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. Subtract. Okay, so we have 7,443. 7,000s, 400s, 4 tens, 3. Boom. Okay. That was the end of lesson 13. Try the exit ticket and go do your problem set.